Hello, my friend. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how Buy Me a Coffee works so that you can easily accept donations for your art and the content that you're already producing. So, with that said, let's jump right into it. So, Buy Me a Coffee works by allowing your audience to support you through donations, tips, or a recurring membership by sending them to a hosted Buy Me a Coffee webpage or embedding a Buy Me a Coffee button on your website or anywhere that can accept HTML. Payments are then transferred immediately to your Stripe or bank account whenever that you do actually accept a donation. And Buy Me a Coffee does take a 5% fee away from that. So at the heart of it, Buy Me a Coffee allows you a simple way for your supporters to more directly support you with one-off donations or recurring memberships. However, the real key to making Buy Me a Coffee work for you is to first build an audience and community around your art or creative endeavor outside of Buy Me a Coffee before you can actually start having an audience to accept donations from. Without an audience that wants to support you, there will be no one to donate or tip to you in the first place. So before kind of going into how it works and how you can actually make Buy Me a Coffee work for you, I'm going to kind of answer both of those questions here. I wanted to let you know that I've also written an article on this topic, so if you'd like to follow along or if you simply prefer the written word format, you can simply Google "How does Buy Me a Coffee work?" Best Friends Club, and you'll be able to get access to this article for free. So let's jump right back into it. So here's a more detailed look at how Buy Me a Coffee works. The website's currency is called coffees, and you get to set the price for what one coffee is worth. After setting up your profile, you can then promote your Buy Me a Coffee page by sending people direct links to your profile or putting direct links wherever you'd like to, or you can actually embed a Buy Me a Coffee button on your pages, posts, and website. We'll get into what this looks like in just a moment. So from there, your potential supporters can choose how many coffees that they want to donate to you, or if they want to donate on a monthly basis with a recurring membership. Although you can create members only and public posts with Buy Me a Coffee, there's really no pressure on you as a creator to provide anything specific in return here, such as like bonus content for a supporter's donation. This is a big part of what sets Buy Me a Coffee apart from something like Patreon, because Buy Me a Coffee does not force you or your audience to commit to a monthly membership, and your supporters don't even need to sign up for an account to donate to you, which I think is honestly a really big feature of Buy Me a Coffee. That's something that I like quite a bit. So really here, you don't have to have the pressure of like creating multiple tiers and having all this extra content that you're going to create in the multiple tiers. It's a lot more simplified and laid back. So for that reason, Buy Me a Coffee can be seen more of a simple online tip jar that can lead to recurring memberships and is great for any individual who wants to accept donations without a particular project being worked on, which is something that you need to do with something like Patreon. So what does getting paid look like with Buy Me a Coffee? Buy Me a Coffee's pricing is pretty simple. There's only one Buy Me a Coffee plan available, and that takes 5% and any payment processing fees off of any income you generate on Buy Me a Coffee. This is different from something like Patreon that has like multiple different tiers for you to choose from and different pricing models. So just like with most Patreon alternatives, it is free to create a Buy Me a Coffee account, and you only need to give them a cut when you are actually making money, which is nice. Once someone donates to you on Buy Me a Coffee, you instantly get paid with a direct transfer to your Stripe or bank account. The amount you get paid will be the donation amount minus Buy Me a Coffee's 5% fee, as well as minus any payment processing or banking fees, which is usually going to be something like around 3%. In addition to this, you do not have to build up a monthly balance or hit a minimum threshold to actually withdraw money, which is something you do have to do with Patreon. So it's just instant, which is quite nice. So how can you actually promote your Buy Me a Coffee page? What is available to you here? So first off, you should definitely understand that Buy Me a Coffee is a donation platform and is not a discovery platform. Buy Me a Coffee does not have any discovery features for helping new supporters find you. They don't even email the supporters you gain to promote their own stuff. So just as the case with Patreon and other similar platforms, you will need to do all of the work bringing people to your Buy Me a Coffee page and convincing them to support you. With that said, Buy Me a Coffee does have two main ways that you can promote yourself. Mentioned it before, but it's the Buy Me a Coffee profile page and Buy Me a Coffee buttons. The profile page is pretty straightforward. It's like a blog, basically, except the posts can be restricted to only paying supporters if you'd like to have that option, as well as it has like a donation widget built into the web page. The button is where things get a little bit more interesting, so we'll dive into that. The Buy Me a Coffee button is a stylized button that you can use to accept donations by sending people to your Buy Me a Coffee profile, or directly from the button by having an overlay widget pop up, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. There are 3 ways to install these buttons. One is with embeddable code, second is by installing the Buy Me a Coffee WordPress plugin, and third is actually adding just an image of a button and then linking to your Buy Me a Coffee profile. So here's a look at what the customization options for the Buy Me a Coffee button look like. You can see there's a couple different colors you can change. You can change what the text says. Instead of a coffee, you can change a different emoji. And then you can either have a standard button, you can also have a button that shows your supporter count, or one of the really cool ones is have it so an overlay widget pops up and they can do the donations directly. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, I did also create a video that goes over how you can accept donations anywhere with the Buy Me a Coffee and also the Ko-fi buttons. I go over both of them if you want to check that out right above. But moving along, that is what they provide you to promote, but really I think at the heart of it, you want to learn how you can get supporters and build up an audience that actually wants to support your art, and that's what we're going to talk about now. And this is really the heart of how you can make something like Buy Me a Coffee work for you. So the key to making Buy Me a Coffee work for you is to first build an audience and community around your art or creative endeavor. Like mentioned before, without an audience that wants to support you, there will be no one to donate or tip you in the first place. So regardless of what donation platform you use, you will need to have an audience that actually wants to support you if you want to make any money on whatever platform you're looking at here. So ultimately, the best way to get Buy Me a Coffee supporters is to first build an audience and community around your art or creative endeavor off of Buy Me a Coffee. And the best way to do that is to freely provide that audience and community with overwhelming value. The important words here are freely and overwhelming value. And the best way to provide this to your audience is with a solid recurring content strategy. Remember that Buy Me a Coffee and most other donation platforms in general don't have any discovery features, so they won't bring in any new fans or eyeballs to your donation page there. Instead, they simply allow your current fans the opportunity to choose to support you financially. So although I have a video about using Patreon as an example, this video will show you how you can get paying supporters on any platform by growing an audience and community. You can check it out here. It's called How to Get Patreon Supporters. It's just a weird way of me saying that this is a good video for you to check out if you want to learn how you can get more supporters to any donation platform. So check that out. And then this also perfectly ties into the next step, which is going to be adapting the content plan that you create in that video so that your paying supporters will want to continue to support you over time. So how you can build a content plan for your membership that keeps supporters coming back. And I think even if you're not using Buy Me a Coffee as a membership platform, kind of treating it as one will allow you to maybe not get recurring membership if that's not something you want, but at least get a way for your supporters to come back and donate to you more over time. Maybe not with a recurring membership, maybe just with one-off donations, but it would be nice to bring them back more and more, right? So if supporters don't feel like they're getting any use out of your membership or donation platform because you aren't posting enough or aren't posting things that they enjoy, it's no secret that they will eventually stop paying for it or stop giving you one-off donations. The best way to build a successful membership program or donation program is to consistently release new content by combining a recurring content strategy with a content calendar. Recurring content allows you to build your audience, optimize your membership tiers if you are using membership tiers, and make sure your supporters keep coming back for more. If you want to learn how you can start publishing regular content that builds your audience and keeps your supporters happy without completely stressing you out, you can check out this video above here. Again, this video is talking about Patreon as an example, but it can be applied to any membership platform. It can be applied to any donation platform. It's kind of agnostic in that way. Lastly, before moving on, I wanted to do a quick comparison of Buy Me a Coffee over Ko-fi. If you've heard of Ko-fi as well, it can be kind of confusing if there's a big difference between the two because they both kind of have that coffee angle. So I want to kind of like go into that a little bit here before capping things off. So similar to Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-fi can be seen as more of a simple online tip jar that can lead to recurring memberships and is great for any individual who wants to accept donations without having a particular project being worked on. Although Ko-fi is better in many ways due to its pricing and features, there are really two standout features that Buy Me a Coffee has over Ko-fi. One is that no accounts are required with Buy Me a Coffee, so it's possible for potential supporters to donate to you with Buy Me a Coffee without having to sign up for and set up some kind of Buy Me a Coffee account, which I think is amazing. Second is honestly the better name. So Buy Me a Coffee as a name is much easier to understand for anyone looking to donate when compared to the mysterious Ko-fi name. So in addition to this, you can also create a shop and offer recurring memberships with Buy Me a Coffee. However, you can't offer different membership tiers with different perks available like you can with Ko-fi. Buy Me a Coffee is perfect for anyone that wants to have their supporters donate to them with the least amount of obstacles possible, because they don't need to create an account, or anyone that wants to offer a very simple one-tier membership. So if you want to learn a little bit more about these two platforms, there is a video that I'll link to above where I compare Ko-fi with Buy Me a Coffee. With that said, that really is a good overview of how Buy Me a Coffee works and how you can make Buy Me a Coffee work for you. Hopefully you found this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And good luck on building your own donation platform, regardless of which one you end up using. It can be very exciting and a really nice way to get donations to your project without having to offer anything too crazy like serious membership tiers or anything like that. It can be a simple way to accept donations for what you're already putting out there into the world. So with that said, good luck on whichever one you end up building with, and I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.